Hello and welcome to Sunrise Cardcast, your one-stop podcast shop for all things hockey cards. My name is Eric Andrews, also known in the hobby as Hammerhawks. I'm joined by my co-host and fellow hobbyist Aaron Goldstein, better known as Crease Collector. And also joining us is the one and only Billy Celio, Senior Product Manager at Upper Deck. Billy, thanks as always for joining us. How are you doing today?
Doing good. Caught me on a weekend, relaxing.
That's right. Yeah.
It's been a busy couple weeks.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm
So
sure.
we don't want to, sugarcoat it at all. We'll just jump right into it. Obviously, some pretty exciting news coming from you guys at Upper Deck recently announcing the debut game jersey program. So, that's a topic that we've talked about in the last few months. And, hearing that news come out, within the last week or two was really, really exciting. So we wanted to make sure to have you on to kind of break this whole thing down. So we'll just kind of turn the floor over to you. And, what do you want to share and tell us about the debut game jersey program?
Well, first I thought Aaron had me on because he heard that Marc-Andre Fleury was our guest at the CDD conference, and he wanted to know everything about him and if he said anything about Aaron or anything like that. But unfortunately, no, Aaron. Sorry. He was a very nice gentleman. I told him thanks for beating my Wings in the cup, and he's like, "Oh, you got us once too," and I was like, "Yeah, you're right." No, yeah, we're really, really excited. Like you said, it's been something in the works, and I don't think you understand how difficult it is to go on talk shows and go on podcasts and all that stuff and have them talk about what our competitors are doing and not being able to say like, "Hey, we've got something in store." I mean, I think I said, "Hey, we're not just going to lay down and not do anything," but to the extreme of what we're doing, it was tough to not just say, "Wait till you see what we're doing," sort of thing. It was just like, just be patient. We have something in the works, and we wanted to give our CDD members the first opportunity to find out about it. So we held off till our CDD conference to make the big announcement. But we are acquiring for some players. Now, this isn't all, 150 or however many rookies there are, but we are acquiring a number of debut jerseys, and these are like the jerseys that they wore in their first game in the NHL. We've done some really cool stuff with those jerseys, and there's even more to come that we haven't even announced yet. But the first thing that we're announcing is an extended. You'll get a chance to get the rookie debut jersey cards, which also come with an autographed jersey version that's numbered to the player's number, and then the 1 of 1, which you kind of see a mock-up there. But it's like the actual tag that kind of like states the game, or the equipment manager writes, like, sometimes not every team has that little tag that you see there on that example. Like sometimes they'll write the game on the like fight strap or somewhere else on the jersey. So we've actually used whatever piece that is that shows that it's from that debut game. And what's also cool is obviously we've got the date of the game on the card, and it's photo matched. So the picture that you will see on the card is from the player's debut game.
That is really awesome. I mean, the thing that strikes me the most here is, you mentioned the competition, and things that they've done, maybe with a singular patch or something like that. But the fact that you guys have the full jersey, it just gives you so many different opportunities, so much more material to use, and to obviously create so much more than, a single card. It's amazing. And that debut tag there up in the top right, that'll be really cool. I didn't know that it would have different types of material, depending on where it was written, or maybe the tag itself. That will be really cool to see in action. Did not know that, and amazing.
So we were actually really specific because there's going to be some that might be fight strap, and fight strap's thicker, and there's going to be some that are like tag. And we give specific direction for each individual card for each individual player of what member that or what piece of the jersey that we're using. That way, the depth, the die cuts and the depth of the filler is to the right point, so it's not sunken in or way up high. Like we're actually printing these cards to the actual depth that they should be, so they all kind of look uniform. And I will say, our competitors doing the debut patch that they do, it's a really cool idea. It's given a lot of people some chase. It's a lot of one-on-ones, but it really only gives one person the opportunity to get a piece of that jersey. If you would even want to call it a piece of the jersey, because it's kind of like a sticker patch.
Right. Yeah, it is like a sticker.
I think we've even seen some of those like patches in baseball games like fall off the player.
Yes. Imagine in hockey.
The best way I compare it, and Grant even chuckled a little bit because he's like, "Oh, Billy's throwing shade." It's just like, you guys complain about sticker autos. That's kind of what you're getting. These are the actual like hard signed autos. This is the jersey. So. But what's really cool is there are, jersey only versions of this card, which actually gives a lot more people the opportunity to get a piece of that first jersey worn by possibly their new favorite player, or the top rookie in the league. So we wanted that big chase, and you definitely see that big chase with that tag and auto and everything. It's the 101. But there's also chase within the other parallels to where you can the jersey the jersey auto number to the player number should be fun, and then just in general the jersey, and they're not impossible, but they're still going to be tough to find.
One thing I'm kind of curious about, and you talked about this has been in the works for a while. Maybe talk a little bit about, kind of that process of developing this concept and getting to a point where you're ready to roll out with it, and why this season was the right time for it.
I mean, look, before I can even put it in a product, we need to know that we're going to get these jerseys. And, I think the league and the Players Association were kind of like, hey, we're seeing what's happening in the other sports and the popularity of it. And we're like, well, to be able to do something even better, we need to work together as a team. And that's where our brand team comes into play. And they're the ones that really got the ball moving on being able to make this happen with the equipment managers, with the NHLPA, with the league. Because there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of things that have to happen for us to be able to get these jerseys. And, these are obviously prized jerseys. Like, people want these. How many times do you think that, someone wants to sell that jersey on online or something like that? So, and that's another thing is like someone even asked us, like, are you going to go back and do other players' debut jerseys, almost like a retro version? And it's just like, we know where we're getting these jerseys from. We're getting them from, specific people. We, not that we don't trust stuff, but it just leaves it open to possible, what's the word? I'm not fraud or anything like that, but like there could be a mistake. Yeah. So we're just sticking with the jerseys that we get. And, this is just the start. We're hoping to get more and more each year. Obviously, like the big name, we were able to get Schaefer, and I think you'll see some other big names coming in the future. But yeah, the brand team, they're the ones that did a lot of the heavy lifting. And then once that happened, it's like, okay, we got them. Now what do we do with them? And we literally like have meetings saying, with the higher ups, myself and some of the other product development team members, and just try to figure out, okay, where are we going to put all the pieces of this jersey? Because you notice one thing that you don't see any patch. So, there's potential for some patch inserts and some other sets. But yeah, we thought from a timing standpoint, we thought extended was a good place to put it because, as I said, the accessibility. If you put it in the cup, in ultimate, in premier, and not to say that it won't be in that product, but if you don't put it in an accessible product, it just kind of, it doesn't allow everybody a chance. And so you put it in something like extended, and it's an extended. People be like, oh, they're just trying to make it extended, better. So people, no, it's a timing thing. You have to be able to have time to get these jerseys, and extended is the last flagship product, obviously, of the three. So it fits the calendar quite well, and we were able to accomplish that. Once we got it moving, the designer was giving us designs the next day, like we giving them direction, and we wanted to look kind of like the old vintage game used jerseys, but like a fresh spin to it. And I think our designer did a really good job with that too.
Would you say that maybe this decision hasn't been made yet, but is this going to be something that we see every year where extended is the place where you can get these cards?
Oh yes, definitely. That's the game plan. As I said, there'll be other homes for other pieces, but your first chance to get it is going to be an extended.
Very
and the
cool.
one-on-one is going to, that
great.
one-on-one, like with the date and everything, will be an
Yeah.
extended.
Nice. Yeah. And then you also talked about, at least for right now, it's kind of just a select group of players, but that'll be expanded as time goes on. Do you think there will ever be a point where it'll be most players, every player, or is it still just going to focus on some of the main guys?
Like I said, there's a lot of moving parts, and we're working on smoothing out all the details for those moving parts. So I hope it increases each year. I honestly do, but I'm not the one that is in charge of collecting jerseys. I'm just the one that figures out how many spots on a form I have to make these cards.
Makes sense for sure. Yeah. I'm curious, I'm sure this is something that you guys have been really excited about, but what have you seen kind of the response from the hobby community, whether it be, certified diamond dealers or just, individual collectors? What's the response been so far?
So we made an announcement that we were making Harry Potter licensed cards,
I saw that.
and you saw a lot of people get excited about it. I was like, wow, a lot of people are kind of reposting that. When we made this announcement, my Instagram and Facebook were just full of reposts.
I can imagine.
I think everybody was really excited, and I think it took some people by surprise, like that we were able to do something like this. It's frustrating. I think there could have been more if there weren't potential biased accounts and stuff that they just try to avoid on anything other than a specific brand. But that being said, yeah, a lot of reposts, a lot of people excited, a lot of people like shocked, surprised that we were able to make this happen. And they keep talking about innovation, and I'm proud that Upper Deck was able to be one of the first ones to do this.
Yeah, it was really great. I mean, we've said it before. It would be nice for Upper Deck to have, a similar type program, but then you guys come along and just totally, in my opinion, kind of blow it out of the water. You guys have that full jersey, and it's going to be really nice to see these cards enter the market, and more importantly, just enter people's collections. I think, like you mentioned, the fact that there's not just one, there's many different cards here in extended, but also still to come, to get that piece or multiple pieces of their first NHL game. I think that's amazing. And it's a big time to be a collector. Really, it is. It's amazing. I can only imagine what it would have been like if this stuff were around when I started. I mean, it's just a great step forward, and we'll see if it can get continued. But either way, it's a great thing to introduce in the hobby, and glad you guys did so. It really is a great program.
Yeah, and I know you guys always are looking for a soundbite and looking for like the next big thing before anybody else hears it. But I will tell you, there will not be a chemical composition rookie debut jersey card. Just so you know.
Okay. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. That's great though. But yeah.
Awesome. I know you talked a little bit about the why the types of memorabilia that are being used versus just having a specific patch that is consistent for every player. Is that something that you guys considered doing, or was it always just we're going to use the tag or the fight strap?
Nope. From day one, Jason, our president, was like, we're not doing a patch. We're not copying what our competitors have done. I know our competitors have said, they don't have a problem copying other people if something does well, and I understand that. But Jason was adamant that if you want to be innovative, you can't just repeat what somebody else did. So, as I said, there was a lot of discussion and talk and trying to figure out what to do. And then once we kind of had an idea, the brand team went to work. And then once they accomplished their goals, we, started making those cards as quick as we could.
Very cool. And I mean, in a lot of ways, it is going to be really cool to see the uniqueness and the variety, because no two cards are really going to be the same. Whereas, with what Topps does, every card basically is the same thing.
Oh yeah, the patch. We posted a picture, and I wish I had it on my phone. We posted a picture of all 9 of the debut tags together, and it's so crazy. Like some of them have what you see with the Schaefer, some of them are white with like Sharpie numbers on it, and
That's
everything.
Cool.
It's just so unique, that stuff that you normally don't see on trading cards.
That's great.
Very cool. I think that's all the questions I have. Do you have anything else, Aaron or Billy?
I'm good.
Anything else you want to share about the program?
About the program? No. I mean, I'm sure we're going to talk about a lot more other fun stuff that happened at the CD conference other than Marc-Andre Fleury. But no, that's I think I'd be just repeating myself if I kept talking about it. But really excited. So looking forward to you guys enjoying Extended this year. And there's a lot of other really cool inserts in there and content in Extended this year also. So I'm glad that it's going to have a bigger platform for people to really see what a fun set Extended is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And then turning gears a little bit, I know we had talked privately, some rumblings that Splendor might be making a return. I don't know if you can say anything there.
Yeah, I had to exclude Splendor from a product I'm not allowed to talk about because it was going to be featured as its own set. Splendor is one of those sets you can't make it every year. You just go through too much of high-end memorabilia. It's nice to have. They're beautiful cards, but if you made it every year, those Hall of Famers, and you kind of water it down, and 2, like, you don't see Hall of Fame jerseys and patch and stuff like that, for available for purchase all the time. So, you kind of have to make sure your inventory is good. One of the really cool things that you guys will be seeing in the 25-26 products. I want to say it starts in SP Game Used, but we were one of the sponsors for the 4 Nations tournament, and we got a full set of jerseys from every team. So awesome. That was kind of like a, hey, how do we dissect this jersey? And Splendor was a no-brainer to be able to add original content to the product. So we're not going through all this Hall of Fame jersey, but we're giving them one-of-a-kind type memorabilia that obviously the 4 Nations made a huge impact to the fact that other sports are trying to copy, doing like the nation versus nation sort of format in some of the stuff that they're doing. So not that the Olympics didn't start that, like 100 something years ago or whatever, but anyway, so yeah, Tony, I built the first one, and Tony took over for this year's Splendor, and I've gotten to take a look at it. It's very similar to the previous one, where no card is numbered higher than 36. There's a number of the borderless and bordered parallels. The one thing that he did, a little, like, there's no silver sticks in there, so almost all of the cards are autographed. There are very few, very few patch only cards, and I believe those are from the Four Nations tournament, and I believe they're numbered to like 6 at the highest. So, the fact that, I know those silver stick cards actually sold quite well, but that being said, sometimes people, you buy it and you want an autograph or an auto mem or something. So Tony filled it up with autographs and memorabilia this year, and I'm looking forward to it. Splendor's just, the way I explain Splendor is, it's like buying the hit from the cup that you wanted without everything else. And don't get me wrong, I build the cup and everything else is fun too. But you're always trying to figure out what the box hit is when you buy, or the tin hit is when you buy, a tin of the cup. And so we kind of just said, let's just give some people what they want. And those boxes are nearly impossible to find. And it's not rookie driven either. That's the other thing, is I believe there were 10 rookies in the first set, and I believe it's pretty close to 10 again this time. So it's very veteran, retired, heavy of a product.
That's really cool. Yeah, exciting to hear that it'll be making a comeback, and yeah, definitely a product that was very well received the first time around. And it's been fun seeing the the auto patches and stuff in the cup each year, but to have a standalone product is going to be really cool. So
yeah, very exciting.
And then one other product line that I wanted to talk about, this isn't necessarily super recent news, I guess probably within the last month or so, but the announcement of switching Upper Deck Ice from kind of a standard product to a 1-pack per box product. Maybe just talk a little bit about that and kind of what people can expect with that moving forward.
Yeah, a few years ago, Ice was kind of, I don't want to say struggling, but it wasn't. The thing with Ice is it was ahead of its time back in the day. Like, there weren't any other acetate sets except like McDonald's, I think, had the acetate.
A little bit.
But there weren't any acetate sets out there. So the cards came at a premium compared to just a regular like clay coat or C2S card. As time progressed, obviously, we've added acetate into a number of other sets. So have our competitors. And they've built sets completely out of acetate, and acetate was becoming more and more expensive too to make. So what we did was we kind of went the route of parallels to the set, because parallels were becoming a big deal. And so we kind of had the regular true rookies, but then there were parallels numbered out of like $3.99 and $6.99, like $5.99, just different numbering schemes. The first year that we changed it, and then unfortunately the second year we changed it, there were like 2 versions of the 99s, which was not good. That being said, we kind of stepped back from the parallel aspect of it, but it just needed a change. What I kept hearing was that the 99s had kind of lost their value. They used to be big chase hits, and they just didn't value out like they used to. Those used to be like $2,000 cards. So a lot of people be like, "Oh, you did this for the breakers, da da da." But no, it needed a change. It needed a facelift. It needed something new, and we turned it into a premium 1-pack box. But the way I explain it to people, it's like stature with acetate. You're gonna get like 60-point or 80-point cards where it's dual-sided acetate cards.
Yeah.
With deco foil on top. The design team absolutely crushed it. Like, I love almost all of the designs. I I mean, I have to approve them, so of course I do. But it didn't take many. It didn't take many go throughs to get what I like. The base design, I think, was like he nailed it on the first try. So I love the designs, and knowing the technology with the design, I'm just really excited about how these cards are going to look. As I said, they're all thicker cards with acetate. And then there's like rainbow foil stuff in there also. But you get every box you get an auto, every box you get a piece of memorabilia. So that was another thing. It's like people were frustrated with the did they get an autograph? Like sometimes they might not get an autograph in a box, or they might not get. So we made it to where there's an auto and a mem in every box. There's, I think, 2 ice premieres in every box. There's going to be a rare chase. There's going to be a black ice or a Sub-Zero in every box. There's a bunch of really cool stuff in this set, and the inserts look really, really cool also. So I think it's going to surprise a lot of people. I think initially people are going to might be scared of it, but once you start seeing the cards and how they come out, and I think it's gonna pick up very quickly.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know when I first heard about it, it was like, oh, another 1-pack per box product. But then actually seeing what those cards are, like you said, to me, it feels like very much a return to what Ice's identity used to be, like in a very much in a good way. So yeah, I know I'm looking forward to seeing those cards in person, and it's good to hear that you're excited with how it is going to come out.
Yeah, it took a lot of work, and again, this is one of those things where I've known about it for a while, obviously, because we built it a long time ago. A hard signed product usually takes now between like 13 and 16 months to get done. So it's been in the works for a while, and like when the last ice came out, it's just like, I know it's coming. Like I want next year's to come sooner. But that was one of our big announcements, along with the fact that Marc-Andre Fleury was at our CDD conference. That was one of the other big announcements. Who was quite excited.
We know. Was he there that night, or?
So he was like, we had our product development team there for some meetings, and then they were going to leave and go back to California. And I didn't know, like I had no idea, but it got out a little bit, and they're like, you're going to want to stay.
Yeah, like, exactly.
You're going to want to stay. And that we could, I don't think they could tell him, but I think when they emphasized how important it was for him to stay, he stayed. And he was very, very happy. He got to talk to him real quick, showed him his I think helmet and pads and all that other stuff. I didn't get to see it. I was a little bummed out because I was sitting there talking to somebody, and then I was like, when are we, like, I saw a couple people walking down the stairs. I go, when are we doing the group photo? And they're like, we just did it. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So I ran upstairs, and luckily my boy Troy, I said, Troy, like, you guys didn't announce the group picture. He's like, just get in there real quick. And so there was like about 3 or 4 of us who didn't know about the group picture, and he was nice enough. So I actually got my own individual photo. I think
that's better.
I think our boy got his own individual photo too. So we were happy. I mean, you should see his cubicle. It's got his stuff like all over the place.
Oh, I'm sure now.
Yeah, it was it's fun when you get to see people kind of their dreams come true, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
Like I get to see that every time I'm on the show with Eric. Like his dream came true. I'm on the show.
Right.
That's true. That's true. Basically the same thing.
Yes.
No, but that's great though. That's great.
Awesome. I think that wraps it up for what we have. Is there anything else you want to share about, whether CDD conference or anything else?
Yeah. There's another set that maybe you can have Tony on one of these days, but we did announce a new high-end set called Tableau. And we're really excited about it. This is, again, year or two in the making, where we've been trying to figure out how to do another high-end set, not to step on the toes of the cup. So it's a really photo-driven set. It'll have a new rookie chase called the Black Ice rookie cards, where for the past number of years when we have our rookie showcase, we've been taking specific pictures with the rookies on there with all these effects and everything, and so you need to build up inventory to finally be able to put out these rookie cards. So this is like 3 years trying to get this rookie card out there. But it's going to be a whole box opening experience. It's going to come in a nice big box. It's going to have a tray. It's going to have slab cards. It's going to have different packs. There's autographs in there. There is unique photography from some of the world-renowned like sports photographers, and there'll be autographs of those guys in there also. So I think we haven't solicited it yet, but we did talk about it at the CDD conference. So just keep an eye out for it, because this could potentially be one of the next big sets for Upper Deck. We take pride in photography. We take pride in, quality and stuff like that. So we're really looking forward to the set. And I think Tony did a really good job with it. And I think people will be excited.
That's great. Well, I'm excited now. That's great.
Do you know what the rough timeline on that is?
That I don't know. That it's probably towards the end of the year.
Okay. Fair enough.
That being said, I think the other big news was that Marc-Andre Fleury was our guest at the CDD conference.
Well, there we go.
I feel like Paul Rudd, when he keeps showing the same clip over on Conan O'Brien of the kid going down the mountain. If you haven't seen it, just look up Paul Rudd and Conan O'Brien, and you'll see know what I'm talking about.
Very cool.
It's funny.
Awesome. Good deal. Well, that's all we've got. So as always, we really appreciate your time and insight.
Thanks, Billy.
No problem, guys.
Awesome. Have a good one.
Take it easy.
Awesome.
All right. That was great. A lot of nice insider info there. Always nice. And of course, always that big explanation on the new program with the game jerseys it's going to be amazing. It's going to be great.
Yeah, definitely all kinds of very cool stuff there. So as always, really appreciate Billy's time and insight. He always knocks it out of the park when he comes on the show, but there was a lot of really good stuff in there. So hopefully that makes you guys excited. I think it makes us pretty excited, whether it be the game jersey program or Upper Deck Ice or this new product or Splendor, whatever. There was a lot of really good stuff in there. So Al, absolutely couldn't have said it better myself. So definitely very cool to hear any type of cool, fun, new information that, we haven't seen elsewhere. Especially that new product. I was not aware of that.
Me neither. And it sounds great. So I can't wait. It's going to be nice.
Should be cool to see. So one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about ice with him, it's a notable, change that's coming in the hobby. And I think, one thing that, like Billy kind of alluded to, people were just kind of burnt out on ice and the parallels of the ice premieres in particular, and not having, a guaranteed auto or mem in some years, or one or the other, whatever it might be. So I think it'll be a very welcome change, and kind of getting back to the roots of what at least the cards in the product, used to be. Sure, the configuration is going to be different, of course, but I think that will still be a very welcome change, given that the cards themselves will really feel like ice again. That'll be very exciting. But with that, one box that we have in our stash is 24-25 Upper Deck Ice. So figured that would kind of be a fitting tie-in for the episode, and also be able to do a break. So I will crack that open now. So 24-25 Ice, 6 cards per pack, 12 packs per box. You get one auto or mem, so just one or the other, whereas the new configuration starting 25-26, you'll get one of each.
Nice.
Of note, you do get 3 ice premieres per box in 24-25 instead of the 2 that it will be. But again, a lot of those in 24-25 are the parallels. So it'll balance out in that way. And I know 25, 26 still will have parallels, but I believe there's just a gold out of 25 and then a black 1 of 1. So it's going to be, a much more reasonable approach that, again, still will focus on the true base version of the ice premieres. So so anyway, let's jump in. Ice is always a fun product, so let's see what we get here. Here's the base design if you guys haven't seen it. Pretty cool icy look, as you would hope for. Let's see here. We've got a green parallel of Noah Dobson and a purple parallel of Drake Batherson. We got those, and then base. And then another thing that was kind of done with the product over the last few years is there were also just like quote unquote like paper rookie cards as well as the acetate ice premieres. So this is a paper rookie of Ruslan Iskakov there. So again, that's kind of the thing over the last few years, as you see, the parallels and the kind of paper rookie cards, so to speak, that isn't necessarily consistent with what ice had historically been. So again, kind of getting back to the roots of ice moving forward, I think will be a very welcome change. So feel free to jump in with your thoughts on ice as well, Aaron. I know it's a product that you've enjoyed over the years as well.
I have, and that's what kind of worried me about the new configuration. But you know what? Hearing his explanation, it really does make sense. So it'll be really interesting to see how those, how that new format does. And I think, again, just going back to his explanation, I think it'll do quite well. I think collectors who have been, kind of like ourselves, kind of seeing what ice has become recently, I think it would be a good, refresh moment for that brand. So, we'll have to see what happens, of course, but hearing his explanation definitely, makes sense. It makes sense.
Yep. So next pack, we have a green rookie of Liam Ogren, a purple of Jordan Kyrou, and a base rookie of Max Crozier. And then 3 base cards as well, which is pretty standard. So again, you're looking for 1 hit per box. You do, of course, have the chance at some exquisite cards as well. So that's always something to look out for in this era of ice. I'm not sure if they'll continue the exquisite cards or not in ice moving forward. I can't remember. I would have to look again. But we've got a green parallel of Andrei Svechnikov, a purple rookie of Logan Mailloux, and a base rookie of Sam Colangelo. And again, even another thing too is we've opened 3 packs and they've all basically been the same thing each pack. So even just kind of the 1 pack per box will of course get away from that, but again, kind of in a good way that it's not just going to feel repetitive and redundant.
It will feel new
in a lot of packs. So I think that'll be a good thing here. Let's see. We have got a green parallel of Frank Vetrano. This is a cool one here. We've got a grayscale parallel numbered out of 99 of Jonathan Marchessault.
Well, those are really cool. I like those.
So kind of a cool pattern. And then as the name would indicate, the photo is in grayscale. So that's
really cool. Cool
look there. And then we have a base rookie of Brennan Othman as well. So we're coming up to the midway point here. Matt, we were just talking about you with Billy.
We were.
So, Tableau sounds like it'll be pretty cool. So, definitely going to be special. It'll be fun to see those cards whenever the time
photograph
comes.
Icon. Exactly. Can't wait.
Let's see here. We're on to pack number 5. We have got our first ice premieres, but first we've got a green of Drew Doughty. Then our first ice premieres is a blue parallel numbered out of 399, a good name here for the Anaheim Ducks, Cutter Gauthier. It's always nice to get those bigger names on your polls, of course, as well as a base rookie of Brendan Brisson. So we'll move on to pack number 6 here, which will be the halfway point. Still looking for a hit and 2 ice premieres. Let's see here. Looks like we might have something here. We have got a green rookie of Sam Bolduc.
Nice.
And we
Like
have
those greens.
our memorabilia card of the box, a blue, or I guess just a base jersey, but a good name here. I know you'll approve of this one, Aaron, for the Minnesota Wild, a rookie jersey of Jesper Wallstedt.
Yep, that's great. Oh, what a cool looking card. That's very nice. I'm seeing him play on Monday, so that's really cool. Great timing.
Nice.
Yeah, great card there. You always have the nicest goalie hits. Like it's just like you're always pulling goalies. It's great.
That's what we go for, and he's
Yep.
obviously been playing very well this season, so that's a nice card to get there for sure. So that's the halfway point. So we're still looking for a couple of ice premieres. And then, of course, we'll see if we can muster anything extra. But let's see. We've got a green parallel of Carter Verhaeghe, got a purple of Mark Scheifele, and a base rookie of Josh Doan. I don't think I mentioned it, but in the last pack, also got a base rookie of Landon Slaggert for the Blackhawks. Let's see here. Pack number 8, we have got a green rookie of Brad Lambert, got a purple of Phil Kurashev, and a base rookie of Zach Dean. All right. Yeah, Matt, it'd be fun to hear a little bit more about your meetup with your guy. I'm sure
Maybe we can get you on as like a special guest one time. Talk all about it.
Got a green of Dylan Larkin.
So many greens. I love these greens.
A purple of Logan Morrison and a base rookie of Olin Zellweger. So still looking for, let's see, 2 more ice premieres, and we got 3 packs left. So that'll be fun to see what we might get for those. Let's see here. We have got a green of Leon Draisaitl. We've got another grayscale numbered out of 99, which I feel like you don't normally get multiples of those. So that's kind of cool.
They're nice cards.
But a grayscale out of 99 of Alex DeBrincat.
Hey, that's really cool.
Very cool looking cards in person.
Yeah, I love the black foil. It's black, right? It looks black.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks great.
Which you don't see super often.
You don't see super often, so
cool.
Definitely pops, even though it's like a black color, but still pops.
And a base rookie of Colin Graff. So if I'm counting correctly, that means the last 2 packs should both be ice premieres. So we'll see who we get. Let's see here. We've got a green parallel of Alexis Lafreniere. Our next ice premieres, it's a very, very nice looking color match. A green numbered out of 199 for the Dallas Stars of Maverick Bourque.
Ooh, nice. Love the color match. That's fantastic.
Yeah, definitely makes it pop pretty nicely. And then a base rookie of Marshall Rafai for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Yeah, that's a very sharp looking card there for sure on the Bourque. And again, a pretty solid name there. And our final pack, again, should have nice premieres. We've gotten parallels on both, so we'll see if that changes. Let's see here. We have got, it's actually a bonus hit instead of another ice premiere. So we've got a green rookie of Marat Kuznetsov. We have a base rookie of Devin Cooley. And then our final card, I guess it is an ice premieres, but it's not an acetate ice premieres. It's a ice premieres jersey for the Ottawa Senators of Zach Ostapchuk.
Okay. Very cool. Nice.
So yeah, so there you go. There's I would say a pretty good look at what this current era of Upper Deck Ice has been. Nothing too crazy. Some nice cards in there for sure. Nice looking cards. That's what Ice has always been about. Really cool, unique, fun looking cards. So that's no different. But again, like we said, it'll probably be getting back more so to what the original identity of the product was moving forward, which should be fun to see and something to be excited about. So Yeah, and then we normally start episodes with mail, but we figured, let's not waste Billy's time up front. Let's just, get to his stuff, and we
Yeah.
can worry about our own not as important stuff later on. So we'll actually end today's show with some mail. So I will go first because Aaron actually has the most impressive card to show off.
Doesn't usually happen that way, but okay.
So yeah, so I'll start with my stuff, and then he can show off his big addition at the end. So kind of fitting, I guess, that Matt is here. We'll start off with the least of the additions for me, but still a really cool looking card that I kind of always wanted to pick up ever since it came out. But this being from 2122 Upper Deck, it is one of the Triple Dimension Reflections cards, and it is one of the gold parallels numbered out of 50 of Marc-Andre Fleury.
There we go. That's great.
So, yeah, not too much to say about that one, but there was
great.
an auction for one recently on eBay, and the price was right. So, figured, this is a card I've kind of wanted to pick up for a little while. So let's go ahead and grab it. Yeah, definitely a really cool looking card in person. Obviously, the gold pops really nicely. So
definitely does. That's great.
Can't go wrong with something like that. And then the next one for me, again, a card that I had really wanted to pick up. At some point, had kind of been patient because they're not too hard to find. So, was waiting for the right opportunity. And it very much appeared recently. We talked about stature very briefly earlier, Billy saying that ice is kind of going to be like a stature type of thing moving forward. And stature, I would say, is probably my favorite Upper Deck product every year. At this point, I think the cards are just beautiful. The designs are really appealing. The actual just like physical construction of the cards, they're very nice cards, really beautiful in person. So this was a card that I knew I would always want to add to my collection. Again, was just waiting for the right opportunity, but from 23-24 stature, a base rookie of Connor Bedard.
Hey, that's great. Look at that. Huh, that's great. Yeah, I can't go wrong with anything like that. Bedard, stature, it's a nice rookie. I mean, what more can you say about it? It's a great card. It's awesome.
Yep, pretty self-explanatory. I really like the 23-24 design. I know that's something we talked about when we opened 24-25. That was the dual year product. A lot of people seem to prefer 24-25, but I kind of like this, full diamond background pattern. I think it's just more true to what stature has been before. So I think it just felt right and was, a very nicely balanced, visually appealing design. So yeah, I'm glad that that's what they used for the Bedard rookie year design. But that's not all. I got the base rookie, but another card that I always really wanted was the red parallel numbered out of 249.
Of course.
So
what was awesome, it is. Wow.
Yeah, the red pops like crazy. It's a beautiful card in person.
Yeah.
And then of course that's all rainbow foil board, so it has that rainbow effect in person as well, which doesn't necessarily pop up in a scan too well, but just stunning cards in person. But yeah, I always wanted to get the base and the red, was being patient with it, saying these aren't hard to find. I'm going to wait for the price to be right, wait for the right opportunity. Yeah, absolutely, Al. Simple yet elegant designs. That's what stature is all about. And yes, the red pops like crazy. It is a beautiful card. But what was really great about this is it was actually an auction for both of them together. So I saw that and I was like, yeah, like this is
that's even better.
This is the right time. It's both of them, the exact two cards that I want in the same shot. And what was kind of nice is as a result, that almost kept the price down a little bit in comparison, because most people are kind of just targeting one or the other. So, people might have said, I just want the base rookie, or I just want the red. I don't really want the other card. So as a result, that kind of kept the price down. I think these together were like $90. Whereas the base rookie usually sells for like 30 to 40, and the red usually sells for around 75. So it's like, hey, I got both of these cards that I was hoping to get eventually, and got a really nice deal on them, and able to get them together at the same time. So it's a total win-win. And yeah, just beautiful cards that I'm definitely glad to have in my collection. I actually do have them here. So they are can see the rainbow effect there on the foil
Very
board a little
nice.
bit. But yeah, the red is definitely a beautiful card.
Like that card. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very
So
nice.
that's my mail. Obviously, more so some nice looking cards, nothing super crazy, but if you guys want to see something super crazy, I will turn the floor over to Aaron.
Yeah, I mean, well, first off, that red card, I think. I mean, both, but at least the red could probably earn a spot on that shelf behind you there. But we'll see if that happens. But for me, first mail day of the year. Actually been hanging on to it for a little while, but finally opened it to kind of start the year in a sense. So I'm going to count it as my first year, my first card of 2026. So from President's Choice, got a sweet jumbo memorabilia card, of course, of the guy, but there we go. Nice My Gray tag there. Very awesome. First piece of the this tag that I've ever had in the collection. There might be another one out there. I'm not really sure. But I think Panini did those jumbo cards. Yeah, so there's a nice scan of it there. So I think Panini did, some jumbo memorabilia, very similar. They're Prime Authentics. So I've never seen the Enroth, so it might have one. It might not. I don't know. I don't know if My Gray had that year for Sabres jerseys. I'm not 100% sure. So maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But either way, it's first for my collection and just a stunning card overall. So very cool there. So just awesome. Yeah, they are special. So first of its kind in my collection. So it's fantastic. So I love it. I think it's great. So definitely a big way to start the year. So I'm happy about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we talked about in the last episode that 2025 was very good to you for your collection. So, if this is how you're starting 2026, I think you're doing,
could be a decent one.
You're doing pretty well.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
definitely. I'm intrigued already. I think some years you see something like this and you're like, yep, like that's going to be super high, potentially even number one. And that was the case last year where, you kept picking up cards where it's like, yeah, like this is a really strong pickup. This is a really strong pickup. So, it'll be interesting. Is this number one? Is this number 4? Is this number 8?
Know.
We'll see.
We'll have to see. So, but either way, great card. And that's it for me. Just the one card to show. But either way, it's a very cool one. So just wanted to share that to kind of end the episode.
Yeah, definitely a great card for sure. And congrats to add something that you didn't have in your collection yet is also, it's a great card in its own right, but for it to be something that you didn't have before is just another feather in the cap for that card for sure. So
yeah,
I think that pretty much wraps it up. We're approaching an hour, so we'll keep it there and let you guys enjoy the rest of your day. So as always, please be sure to follow us on social media. We can be found on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Sunrise Cardcast, and on Twitter at Sunrise CC. Please also be sure to subscribe to the show on your podcast platform of choice to make sure you never miss a future episode. Until next time on Sunrise Cardcast, keep collecting those hockey cards.